With the Steam Deck recently being made available for reservation, and its recent announcement, Nintendo fanboys have been in full force poorly trying to defend their precious piece of plastic. And today we'll be looking at a video which spreads factually incorrect information consistently throughout it. So without further delay, I'll let the video play.
A new handheld device has been announced by Valve, of all people. A Steam library on a go. The most powerful handheld ever, or so they claim.
I know I'm being a pedantic asshole right now, but it's not locked only to Steam. Like he and many other Nintendo fanboys are trying to claim it is. It's not just a Steam handheld, you can play games from other storefronts on it.
Today I want to just talk about a little bit about Steam Deck. The gaming handheld, which apparently Valve sees like more as a portable computer than a handheld console. However, it looks like a Switch, but it plays your Steam library. And I think lots of people are excited. I was excited myself when I saw it. I wanted to even pre-order it. I was like, whoa, I need this. However, I had a little thing about this.
Considering how you consistently say factually incorrect shit in this video several times over, I find it highly unlikely that you quote unquote thought about it.
And I need to tell you about one problem with Steam Deck and one reason why you really shouldn't buy it. But, I mean, lots of people are excited.
This is a little tweet from Jason Schreier. He says that Steam Deck skeptics might be undervaluing the huge audience of people who play most games portably. And for years, every indie game announced has been met with, when is it coming to Switch? If this thing feels great, nobody needs to ask it about it anymore.
And Jason, I respect you as a journalist. However, I think that's incorrect. You see, the problem with Steam Deck is that, yes, it has the Steam library of games, but only the ones that run SteamOS.
Wrong.
That is absolutely
wrong.
Proved over and over again.
Wrong.
And here's where the false information begins. You clearly haven't even read the fucking store page for the Steam Deck, my guy. Because if you did, you know that Valve is utilizing Proton in order to run every game available on Steam. Like, how the fuck are you gonna make a video on a product without even reading its fucking store page? And there seems to be a stupidly common trend among these Nintendo fanboys crying about the Steam Deck.
See, this is not a Windows, like a handheld device that you're buying.
It is if you want it to be.
It's SteamOS. If you don't know what SteamOS is, it's kind of a Linux-based operating system that Steam done ages ago. It was mostly done for their kind of console thingies they done with, I do believe it was Alienware, which was like a little box that plays Steam games. The problem with those boxes then was that SteamOS is limited and doesn't offer all of the games.
That would be true if we were talking about SteamOS 1 and 2, but we are talking about SteamOS 3 here, which utilizes Proton to run any Windows game. A simple fact you would know if you took the few seconds it takes to scroll through the Steam Deck website.
So, if you buy this thing, you will be limited by a library of SteamOS games.
Apparently this guy really loves continuously digging himself a deeper hole. Once again, this would be true if this Steam Deck didn't utilize Proton, but it does.
I'll give you an example. So how do we look on Steam to see what games are supported in SteamOS? And to be fair, there are tons of games. It's not like if you buy it, you will have nothing to play. Because there's things, Civilization, Rimworld, Valheim, you have, your classics Terraria, Total War games, all of them. There's so many games that do support SteamOS. And, that's great. You can play Portal, you can play Alien Isolation, there's so many games.
However, expectation that any game that comes out, you will be able to play on it is false. Because the game has to first be made into SteamOS game.
The fact this is his main point throughout the video is just sad, and thankfully there are people calling him out in the comments section, plus the video hasn't exactly been received well. But instead of me repeating myself over and over again, I'll let Valve explain how Proton works themselves.
Steam Deck runs games using Proton. And if you aren't familiar with Proton, it was originally released back in 2018, and it's a compatibility layer that allows Windows games to run on Linux. The team has been working on and improving Proton for a while now. Most APIs are already supported by Proton, and most games already just work. And the team is building support for more APIs and enabling more games by default. Our goal is for every game to work by the time we ship Steam Deck.
You know, a very simple concept on surface level, which makes it all the more confusing that this guy can't comprehend it.
And of course there will be lots of games that will be, and probably more than there would be on a Switch, because Switch, just the way it's designed, is far away from a computer. When SteamOS and the Steam Deck console is definitely closer to a computer than Switch.
Everything he's saying here sounds like a positive, but of course in good old Nintendo fanboy fashion, he somehow tries to twist more games being available on the Steam Deck as a negative.
However, you still are limited by software here. You have to take that into consideration. There will be, of course, bigger support on SteamOS now, since there's hardware. I'm sure that Steam and Valve will be, pushing for developers to support that platform.
No, you're not limited by software. In fact, that's what's allowing you to play so many games on the Steam Deck. And of course, Valve are pushing for SteamOS 3 support from hardware manufacturers by pushing for Proton support, because it opens up more devices like the Steam Deck to become reality, thanks to the fact they can use the free license of SteamOS Valve is offering to any manufacturer who wants to enter the market, meaning they can purely focus on hardware instead of having to worry about the issues that come with using a Windows-based handheld PC.
You will be able to potentially, I would presume, stream some of games of your computer as well, since Steam has the whole Steam Link kind of functionality, so I would presume that would be an option as well.
No shit.
So if there's a game that doesn't run on a Steam Deck but runs on your computer and you're sitting in the living room, you potentially will be able to stream it, but it is something that really can hurt this handheld.
Ah yes, because support for every game on Steam by the time the Steam Deck comes out is definitely going to hurt it. That literally makes no sense. The fact you have access to so many games on the Steam Deck only makes it more desirable and worthy of its price tag.
Maybe Steam will be able to give discounts or support to developers that will convince them to port their game.
There is no porting required for games that run on the Steam Deck. The only issue with Proton at the moment is that some anti-cheats are not the biggest fan of it, and even still, Valve have confirmed that they are working to fix that issue, and it's almost guaranteed that by December this year when the Steam Deck launches, that those issues will be resolved, because all it requires is a simple update for the anti-cheat software.
However, just looking at the fact that so many indie games don't go to Switch, that so many small developers don't do console releases, is not only, sometimes it's down to experience, but often it's down to just how much it costs to develop for different platforms. And this is just another platform they will have to develop for.
Oh my god, I hope the little indie developers can survive the $0 development cost of porting their game to the Steam Deck.
It's not as easy as Steam makes it out to be.
Want to provide evidence for that? Because it is as easy as Steam makes it out to be. If you're going to be making such outlandish statements like these, then at least back them up with some evidence. Although it would be nearly impossible to do so, since what Valve is saying is completely true.
Thing is, those who are really, for this handheld would say that you can port or put Windows 10 on this device. Of course you can. This is basically a PC kind of architecture from what Steam is saying, and you can't just, put Windows on it. Most people won't do that.
Well, yeah, because they won't have to thanks to a cool thing called Proton. The thing you, for some reason, are unable to comprehend, which is pretty strange to me since it's extremely easy to understand.
Let's be honest, I can get my Xbox Series S, you can put it in developer mode, and I can run GameCube games from it, but I'm not doing that because I can't be bothered.
Just because you won't do something, that doesn't mean everyone thinks like you. The market the Steam Deck is targeting is the PC market, and there will be a large amount of people who want to put Windows on it, so they can access other storefronts like GOG, Origin, the Blizzard launcher, and the list goes on.
Handhelds and consoles are made for simplicity, for convenience, so that you buy it, put the disc in, or download the game and play it. And I do feel this will have that functionality, but I think lots of people who are expecting play every single AAA game, every single indie game on launch on this will be very disappointed.
Everything this guy is worried about is due to his own factually incorrect information he's been trying to spread, and it's amazing to watch someone try so hard to claim the device is going to fail, even after the huge success it's been so far. The Steam Deck literally took down Steam worldwide, and this guy still thinks it's going to fail. The Steam Deck has managed to be the third best selling item on Steam, and that's a chart based on revenue. The reservations for the Steam Deck cost $5, so for it to be the third best selling thing globally on Steam, that's insane.
And that is the reason why I wouldn't buy it, and that's the reason why I would employ you to wait until we know what support it will get. What support will SteamOS get?
We already know what support the Steam Deck will have. There's only a few games currently having issues, and that's due to their anti-cheat software, which Valve is already working to fix in partnership with the anti-cheat company. Valve at the moment is being highly transparent with this device, and to pretend otherwise is plain stupidity.
What games will come out of it? I'm sure first few months or year, Steam will and Valve will really push for it. But I don't know what the longevity of this will be. I don't know if it's will be affordable for developers to make the games, ported on yet another platform, SteamOS.
Once again, developers do not have to port their games to SteamOS for them to run on the Steam Deck, and Valve has stated that they plan to make more iterations of the Steam Deck in the future, so long as it sells well, which is both obvious and reasonable.
So what I would say is, it seems like an awesome idea. I'm really for it. However, that one caveat is definitely holding me back.
The one caveat that doesn't actually exist in reality and is purely based off of your own deluded thoughts.
But tell me what you thought about this. Do you like the idea of Steam Deck? Will you be getting one, or are you like me?
I can gladly say that I'm nothing like you at all, because I can do a basic amount of research into products before making videos on them. And we have finally reached the end of that beyond shitty video, so with all that being said, please do not forget to do all the things YouTubers love to beg you to do, aka check out my Discord, Twitter, as well as like, comment and subscribe, so that I'll see you all in the next video.